500 years of German purity law. Delicious. But what exactly does the purity law mean? Why had beer become a lost cause? And what does beer have to do with bread? But first things first. The history of pure beer started in 1516. Beer was considered to be a staple food at the time. However, savoring it did not come without risk, as all sorts of stuff had been used for making beer, such as poisonous and intoxicating plants like fungi or belladonna. Monks and nuns who relished beer preferred to use hops instead. It gave their beer a pleasant bitter taste and made it last longer. Monks and nuns were expert brewers, for a very good reason. During the 40 days of Lenten season, they were not allowed to eat. However, drinking beer was permitted. Hence, beer was also referred to as liquid bread. The Bavarian Duke William IV took a great liking in pure beer. The regent wanted to protect himself and his citizens from adulterated beer and dangerous ingredients. He wanted to ensure that everyone has access to safe beer, so he issued the purity law. The law stipulated, "Thou shalt use no other piece than barley, hops, and water for making beer." This recipe for high-quality beer began to spread all over Germany and eventually the entire world. But a beer enthusiast might ask the legitimate question, why yeast was not mentioned? Back then, they simply did not know about the important role of yeast for the brewing process. Because beer would usually be produced near bakeries, where the surroundings would contain more yeast than usual, it would work perfectly fine anyway. If, however, other microorganisms found their way into the beer, it was completely ruined, a lost cause. Today, beer is produced in modern breweries, but even the latest in brewery technology hasn't changed a thing about the purity law. What bears the name of the purity law will always contain but water, malt, hops, and yeast. There won't be any artificial additives, colorants, enzymes, or aromas. German high-quality beer brewed under the purity law has become famous throughout the world and is a real export hit by now. The EU even declared it a traditional food. But any beer lover might ask, only 4 ingredients? Doesn't it become boring after some time? Well, if we have a look at the German beer landscape, the answer will most definitely be no. Because there are more than 100 kinds of hops, 40 kinds of malt, and over 200 yeast strains. Even the origin of the water might influence the taste. These 4 natural ingredients and the brewing expertise of more than 1,300 German breweries allow us to produce more than 1 million different kinds of beer, such as smooth, bitter Pils beer with barley malt, bitter and aroma hops, fresh wheat beer with top fermented yeast, and wheat malt or craft beer with new citrus hops. For everyone who wants to try their way through this diversity, in Germany, you could drink a different kind of beer brewed under purity law each day for 15 years. So, cheers!